What's up, world? My name's Brunelle. I'm here at Paula's Skate Park, and in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you all how to do frontside hurricanes on transition. Alright, so the first thing that we should talk about with frontside hurricanes is tricks that you should do before doing this trick. And there's two tricks that will help you learn frontside hurricanes. And the first tricks that those are is frontside rock and roll and backside feeble. Now I know it sounds weird because one's front side and one's backside, and we're going to be doing a front side trick today. The reason for that is frontside hurricane is a mix between doing a back feeble and a front side 270 out. With the frontside rock and rolls, it's good to learn how to do frontside rock and rolls all the way decked up on top. When you're comfortable with doing frontside rock and rolls decked up on top, a frontside hurricane is just a little more of a twist. It's all the way on top, and it's just having your shoulders turned just a little bit more to get that full, frontside turn out. Going back into the transition, facing forward. So something else that will help you guys learn how to do this trick is that you could take this trick from a curb first to fully understand how to lock the trick in play, and you can also learn how to come out of the trick on a curb as well, which a curb is on flat ground, so you're not dealing with the transition factor, and the falls will probably be a lot less because you're learning how to do the trick on flat ground. Then you take those same body motions, move it over to a quarter pipe, and boom, you guys are doing frontside hurricanes. I'd say the best thing about doing frontside hurricanes is it's a stylish trick. It looks great. You can get photos, videos with it. It looks good in magazines. It's just a sexy looking trick, and that's why I want to teach you guys how to do this trick. Like most tricks in transition skating, especially in the way that I teach them, you're going to want to work this trick up from a stall into a grind. You're going to also want to work up from a smaller transition to a bigger transition. Because I'll tell you guys, doing this trick on vert or a bigger transition, a pool with pool coping, is a lot harder, more difficult than doing it on smaller transition or something with no vert. So you want to do baby steps when learning to do this trick. So, the next thing we should talk about when doing this trick is your foot placement. Now, I've gone over how to do frontside rock and rolls before in my videos, and you can check the link right here on how to frontside rock and roll. So the foot placement is similar to that of a frontside rock. You're going to want your front foot either right on the bolts or right under. I like to have my foot under the bolts because it gives me more extension of my front leg. You kind of want to have your front leg straightened out when you're doing this trick because it makes it, it makes it look easier. Another way to explain it is when you're going up for the trick, again, you're going to go into back feeble like this, and then you're going to want to turn it all the way around back into the transition. Now, something I see people do, and it's going to make this trick a lot harder for you, is you don't want to stand up on this trick. You don't want to get on top of the deck right here, because then it's going to avoid you being able to turn out. The trick to this trick, the hack to doing this trick is staying inside. So you just want this part of your wheel over the board, okay? And you want the rail touching. A proper hurricane is when the rail of the board is touching here, and you want just your truck and back wheel over the top. You know, kind of want to be inside. If you're up here, it's going to be too hard to rotate it out, and it might just keep you on the deck, kick you this way, and your body falls that way, and that's just going to be horrible. That's going to hurt. So again, stay inside the bowl. Truck here, truck and wheel right there, and you want your rail touching right here, okay? Having the rail touch. And for you guys to see it who are goofy, I'm regular, so I was showing you the regular way. If you're goofy, here's a better way to show you. You want the rail of the board touching here and the truck barely on right there. As long as the truck's on right there, rail's touching here, you'll be able to turn it right out that way. But if you're on too much here, you can see right here, it's gonna be too hard to turn it that way. It almost goes into blunt, but your body's gonna be inside there, and that's where the errors begin. So try to hang on the inside of the transition versus being on top. And the reason I brought up back feebles before is the front hurricane is basically a back feeble with the 270 out. And you want to get in that back feeble with your toe kind of locked up like that, shoulders turning, and then you just, you know, follow your shoulders out. This trick is really all up in your shoulders and in your back foot. And what I mean by your shoulders is you're gonna wanna be looking over your shoulder, head this way, and you wanna make sure your shoulders are turning. If your shoulders are locked up this way, you're not gonna turn out, you know? You're not gonna be able to get that full 270 out of the feeble back into the transition. So you wanna make sure you have your shoulders turned and you want your head looking this way. If you have your shoulders this way, your feet, your bottom half is gonna follow, okay? So it's crucial to have the foot placement along with your shoulders looking over. And a good thing is to have your arms out, it's balance. And it also adds to the style factor while doing this trick. This trick isn't easy. It's definitely it's an intermediate advanced trick. But it's not gonna happen right away. You're not gonna learn it right away. And if you do, more power to you. But it's gonna take time. So don't get mad at yourself if you don't get it right away. But just keep trying, keep following these steps I have on here. Get comfortable with doing decked out front rock and rolls. And then just start sliding that, you know, truck onto the coping. And from there, just work on turning out. If you're comfortable with decked out front rock and rolls, you should have no problem learning how to do this trick. Some falls that are associated with doing front hurricanes is people kind of losing their footing when they're turning out, and that's normal. It happens to me too. I'd say the best thing to do is just kind of be careful with what you're doing. Kind of follow the steps in this video, and if something doesn't feel right, just try to get away from your board. Try to avoid stepping back on it, and just try to avoid going for the trick if your shoulders aren't turned. I see people, you know, and myself included, will go for the trick when my shoulders are like this, and the turnout, you know, won't happen because I don't have my body, you know, fully rotated. So make sure your body's fully rotated. Make sure you got your toe in the back pocket of the tail. And you guys should be doing this trick no problem. Any trick, any grind trick, when you go from a stall to a grind, the only difference is you usually have more speed and you're going at more of an angle. When you're doing this trick as a stall, you're going to be going straight up and down. And it's better to learn it that way before going into a grind. But obviously, this trick looks better when you're grinding it. basically the same steps as doing the stall, except you're going to be going at an angle. And when you're going at an angle, you're going to have to whip it more because you're going front side. You're going to kick it into a backside feeble. You want to have, you know, that toe up. You want your shoulders turned. The leverage of your toe pushing on the board is what's going to allow the hurricane to grind. So by being toey in that pocket, it's going to allow that board to move on the coping and for you to turn it out. All right, fam, that's gonna wrap up my video on how to frontside hurricane on transition. Again, just follow the steps in here. I would say baby steps is the way to learn it, you know. Take it either from a curb on flat ground or go from small transition, start as a stall and work into a grind. And also work on getting your decked out front rock and rolls. If you can have front rock and rolls decked out and you got that on lock, front hurricane is just a little more than a front rock and roll decked out. So, anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video and, you know, maybe hopefully you guys learned the trick, you know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.